Welcome to JumpCloud's Directory as a Service. Today we're going to be going over how to sign up for a free account as well as going over the admin UI. To get started, navigate to jumpcloud.com and in the top right pane, click on the Get Started button. Here you're able to fill out a form on the right hand side to get a new JumpCloud free organization that will give you 10 users free forever. Once you've filled out the information, go ahead and click on the Create My Free Account button on the bottom right. This will email you a welcome packet in order to get started with your new free JumpCloud org. Likewise, if you already have an organization in place, simply click on the Login button at the top right. This will navigate you to console.jumpcloud.com, and you can now log in as a JumpCloud administrator. Once logged into your new JumpCloud organization, you'll notice the menu on the left-hand side as well as a Welcome to JumpCloud banner in the front. We'll go over the menu items on the left-hand side, and later modules we'll dive into configuring each of these. In the bottom left-hand side, I would first recommend going to Settings and setting your JumpCloud organization name, your contact name and email address, as well as setting any email disclaimers that you'd like. That way, any emails that go out to your JumpCloud employees and JumpCloud users will have this attachment down at the bottom. Upload your organizational logo, and in the Security tab, you can set your password complexity and settings. These settings include minimum length, complexity with your varchars, originality, password aging and expiry, and lockout attempts. Now, if we go to the top of the menu on the left-hand side, we can see Users, Systems, Policies, Groups, Applications, Directories, Commands, and Radius. Starting with the Users tab, JumpCloud's Directory as a Service allows users to be imported from a multitude of areas, whether that's manual creation by hitting the plus button here, or whether that's importing from either an on-prem Active Directory controller via CSV exportation and importation, PowerShell methods, API, as well as G Suite and Office 365 importation. For systems, JumpCloud is completely system agnostic, meaning that we work with both Linux, Mac, and Windows systems. Policies are your local security policies that allow you to harden and secure your machines regardless of the operating system. Some of these policies may include full disk encryption, lock screens, updates, system preferences or control panel access, login window text, and many others. Going into groups, this is where groups would be created for both user groups and system groups. Both JumpCloud system and user groups are flat groups that can help create different configurations from one-to-many or many-to-many relationships for access control. User groups allow administrators to control a user's access to different protocols connected with JumpCloud, such as SAML applications, Samba and LDAP access, system groups, or directory sync bindings. System groups can be leveraged to allow multiple user groups to access those systems, as well as for allowing policy management, in which you can apply the many different system policies to any system added to that system group. Applications. JumpCloud applications are based on SAML 2.0 protocols, meaning that any SAML 2.0 application that you would like to configure can be configured within the Applications menu here. Simply search for or scroll through to find the application of your choice. If the application does not exist in our pre-made list, simply type in SAML and configure the generic SAML configuration here in order to connect to your either on-prem or other application that may be leveraging SAML app authentication. In the Directories tab, you can create directory syncs between the different methods. As we can see here, we have AD Bridge, G Suite, JumpCloud LDAP, Office 365, and Workday imports. Each of these directory connections can be leveraged in a few different ways. The AD Bridge directory sync allows for an Active Directory domain controller to be the authoritative source of user accounts and password management. JumpCloud intakes the accounts from AD and their passwords and allows these users access to the many different protocols or resources configured within JumpCloud. The G Suite and Office 365 directory syncs allow for the importation of users from G Suite and/or Office 365 into JumpCloud, as well as allowing for the user creation within JumpCloud to be propagated out to Office 365 and/or G Suite. JumpCloud's LDAP allows users to have access to the different applications or storage devices that can use JumpCloud's LDAP servers as the authentication identity provider. This is a common setup for NAS devices such as Synology and QNAP, or with an MDM solution such as Jamf. JumpCloud's Workday integration allows for administrators to create a sync between Workday and JumpCloud, allowing for automated user importation from Workday into JumpCloud. By utilizing this sync, administrators can leverage an imported user's queue for controlled account activation and map attributes from the Workday user to the JumpCloud user object. Under the Commands pane, you can create commands for Linux, Windows, and Mac machines. For Linux and Mac, you can create Bash or Apple commands for Mac, and Windows you can do command line or Windows PowerShell. You can set these commands to run on either system groups, individual systems, as well as schedule the event when it needs to run. And lastly, in the bottom left is Radius. The value of adding Radius to your company's network can increase the security and individualize network access via Radius protocol. You can configure your wireless access point to point to JumpCloud's Radius network access servers in order to authenticate the users trying to gain access to the wireless network. If you need to add administrators to your JumpCloud organization, simply click on your username in the top right, click on Administrators. You can now create admins, get details, or delete admins from your organization. In order to create an admin, simply click on the Create Admin button, fill out the email, and select a role. Now you can also enable multi-factor authentication for the administrative login. This is currently leveraging TOTP tokens. You can leverage Google Authenticator, Duo, Authy, or FreeOTP, or any other mobile application that can use TOTP tokens. Simply click on Create Administrator, and this will send the administrator a welcome email to get started. Other menus in the top right will allow you to configure payments for credit card use once you go above the 10th user. You are only billed for any user above the 10 user watermark. You can change your own administrative password by using the Change Password menu, or get API settings for the API key that can be leveraged for either the PowerShell module, API scripting, or any other scripting that you'd like to leverage for remote administration. And lastly, you can now log out. This concludes the module on how to create your own JumpCloud account and organization, along with the admin UI.